One of the most important things in Outriders is knowing what mods to keep, what mods are good, which ones are bad, and there are a ton of them for the armors. Today we're going to go over the best mods, even though after the nerfs and the buffs, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly which ones you should be looking out for, which ones are going to help you get your health back, which ones are going to help you even do more damage, and which ones are going to boost your anomaly power. Today we're going to cover every single one of them from tier 1 all the way to tier 3. So this sounds like something you're definitely interested. Let's go ahead and dive in and talk about these mods. So we're going to skip tier 1 because tier 1 is pretty much character driven, so that's going to be dependent on what type of character you have. We're going to go straight to number 2. Now in the number 2 column, guys, we're going to be talking stuff mostly like crit damage and also health regen. So let's go ahead and start with the first row. So for the first row, we have Akilah's heal. This is going to increase your critical damage by 50% of your resistant piercing. This was a really good mod prior to the release of Worldslayer, but now with Worldslayer and having the ability of being able to pick up resistance piercings from the packs tree, this mod is actually pretty good because almost everybody will have resistant piercing now. So this actually procs very well. Another one that I've been testing out, and this is primarily for you pyros out there, is this Ash Cleaner one, or also anybody that's able to apply Ash to the enemies with their weapon. Critical shots apply extra 1.2 million damage to an enemy inflicted with Ash. Really good, especially for boss clearing. So this is definitely a sleeper, one that I don't see mentioned a lot, but it's definitely a really good one. If you guys get it, you guys should be good with it. Now I'm just going to touch over this one briefly, which is Ashen Boost. There's going to be a couple of these like Bleed Boost, Ashen Boost. These are all going to be allowing you to boost damage when it comes to you applying the effect of Ash Bleed like that. This guy actually got nerfed. Now they're down to 12%. So these are pretty good, but the tier 3 mods are a little bit better. So it's just going to quickly glance. Even though you get this one, it's still a pretty good mod. 12% is better than nothing, and it's actually pretty good. Next we have Bloodlust, guys. Critical shots increase your firepower by 63k plus, and it stacks up to 3 times. That's what makes it really good. And it deteriorates every 5 seconds. So this is actually a pretty good one, and you guys should be happy if you pick this one, especially if you run Crit Blitz. Then we have Bloody Boost, guys, which is this one right here, which is already in my armor. Once again, guys, this one got nerfed as well. It's down to 8%. But still pretty good, so quick glance in that one. Now, Bullet Kindling, this one's going to pretty much give you that 12% when people are afflicted with burn. So if you run a Pyromancer and are inflicting burn, that's a really good one to have as well. Then we have Crit Stack, guys. Critical shots build up to 5 seconds stacking effect that grants you 35k Anomaly Power and 38 firepower. Bonus stacks up to 3 times. This is actually a pretty good one because it does help you with Anomaly Power and firepower as well. So a very good one if you guys get it. Next we have Dum Dum Bullets. This is going to pretty much increase assault rifle. So if you're running an assault rifle, you have to have this one in your arsenal. One thing you should be happy that you get is extra bullet. That's if you guys are running anomaly builds. Or pretty much anomaly bullets. These are going to be very helpful because it's going to increase your magazine size by 30. It is not a requirement, and it's not like, oh my goodness, I have to have this mod. I just want to mention it that it's viable in case you do run into a problem where you're running out of bullets really fast. One thing I want to mention, guys, is Ice Trap. This does not get mentioned a lot, but it's actually very viable. Anytime your health drops below 30%, it freezes the enemy. This gives you a ton of survivability because if your health is dropping below 30, the enemies are constantly being frozen, and that allows you to get a kick away, get your skill back. So it's really effective, and you really don't notice it until you start playing harder difficulties. When you notice that you're kind of about to die, this actually procs and comes in very handy. I wish the cooldown was a little bit faster, like a 3 second, but 5 seconds is decent. Next up, guys, we have Mitigation from Death. This is pretty good. Basically, this is going to go ahead whenever you're aiming down sights. It's going to give you 196k plus points to armor for 10 seconds, and it stacks up to 3 times. It allows you to get armor just by aiming, which is really awesome. Now, this is one that I really don't knock, Movie Groove. This one, the reason why I don't knock this one is because you're always moving in this game. And since you're already moving, you might as well pick up that 106k Anomaly Power and Firepower 114 just by moving. So, I mean, this is a no-brainer. If you get it, hey, you're going to be moving all the time anyway, so you might as well pick up that boost. All right, so here's another survival one called Perseverance Shield. Basically, whenever your shield or your health is below 30%, you're going to get a shield that kicks in for 188k. So really good mod to have, just to have that as a backup. Next up, we have Personal Space. It's going to grant you 12% bonus to close range weapon damage. Really good. Basically, you're always going to be up close regardless of the class you play. So this is a really good mod to have. You're always going to be benefiting from this one. One that I personally love a lot, and I wish now that we have these, Apocalypse mods, I can't wait to actually put this into my armor, is Phantom Dash. This is just one of the coolest mods out there, and it's just really good. Another really good mod, guys, especially for health, is Rejuvenation. You're going to receive 114 firepower, 106 anomaly power, and 246k armor bonus for 5 seconds whenever your health is replenished. So really good. That means when your health comes back, you're going to be really tanky as heck. Next up, guys, we have Resistant Piercing. This is another really good one, especially now with the new packs tree. It's going to increase your critical damage by 15.5%, and the bonus is going to be equal to 50% of resistant piercing, so a really good mod to have. Next up, guys, we have Seismic Impulse, which is really, really good. Seismic Impulse is generated every 8 seconds, dealing 2.k damage to the enemies within 5-meter radius, so really, really good mod here, especially for a level 2 mod. That's actually pretty powerful. Another mod that's actually really good and kind of gets a little bit overlooked, and if you get it, you should be happy with it. And, you know, this shouldn't really bother you. It's this one, Standing Tall, I should say, which is going to receive 106 Anomaly Power, 114 Firepower when out of cover for more than 5 seconds. Really crazy, really OP. Another one we want to mention, and one of my personal favorites, is Untamed Power. Using the skill deals 500k damage to enemies within a 5-meter radius, which is pretty good, and it's equal to 30% of your Anomaly Power. This is definitely a must-have for you, those Anomaly builds out there. So you definitely, yeah, guys, that one's a really good one. Now, I didn't go over so much of the ones that that give you boosts when you have Toxin, when you do Burn. Those are really, really good, but that's are mostly tied to specific classes and you having that Burn or Ash or Bleed applied. But if you do get those are actually pretty good. Now let's go on to the tier number 3. All right, so here we have, guys, which is Anomaly Echo. This is definitely a must-have for those Anomaly builds. It's going to grant you 380k firepower, 354 Anomaly Power bonus on skill activation. Really, really good. Arms of Anomaly, another really good one. Critical shots increase your Anomaly Power by 500k plus for 6 seconds. Really good. And Captain Hunter, even though it did get a nerf, it's still pretty good. It's going to increase your damage against elites. We're still got to try out maybe another one here in case we replace this one, but this is actually a pretty good mod to have. It's, you know, especially for boss fights. Another one I want to talk about, guys, is Danger Close. This is going to grant you 6% Anomaly Power bonus for each enemy at close range, and it stacks up to 4 times. This is actually pretty good, especially when you're bossing and there's enemies coming your way. This one will help you get the anomaly boost even further. Of course, we got to mention Euthanizer. This one's once again 16% more damage against enemies afflicted by Toxin. Like I said, any of the ones that help you boost Toxin, Bleed, Ash, all that, those are really good. I did want to mention this one because this one, now we're allowed to actually afflict Toxin, whether we're a Techno or anybody else. We're still able to do that. So this is actually pretty good. Another one really good, guys, is Kingslayer. This is definitely one that's going to be, especially for those crit builds. Anytime you hit an elite, it's going to increase your firepower, guys, 600k plus for 10 seconds. This is actually really awesome. All right, so now we got to talk about Power Stimulation. This is going to boost your anomaly by 231k for each elite present. If there's not enough elites, then this is going to be but if there are a lot of elites, this is going to get boosted, and usually the majority of the time you're going to have multiple elites on the floor, so this is definitely really good for those anomaly builds. One of the mods that is almost a requirement for all of you guys who are dying quite often are this one, Self-Medication. This increases your max health by 10% when your skill starts its cooldown. Basically, guys, anytime your skill gets into a cooldown, your health will completely come back. This is almost gives you a ton of survivability regardless of whatever class you are. And this is definitely a must-have mod for those pyros, those tricksters out there who are a little bit squishy. You guys are going to fall in love with this one and kind of going to prioritize it whenever you guys feel like that you guys are getting killed a lot. Definitely, we got to mention Sharp Eye. Basically, critical shots while aiming down sights are going to grant you 200k plus firepower for 5 seconds. It stacks up to 3 times. Definitely crit builds. This is a must. Of course, we got to mention Shattered. This is going to deal 16% more damage against frozen enemies. Then we have Stare into the Barrel. It's going to boost your firepower by 150k for each enemy close range. Stacks up to 4 times. That's what we love about it. Now, a mod I want to recommend here that I haven't had a chance to actually mess around with is this Tactical Retreat one. Basically, this allows you to roll, and it creates an anomaly orb that detonates in the proximity of the enemy. So this one seems pretty good. I just haven't had a chance to mess around with it too much, but it seems like a really good mod. I just got to mess around and try it a little bit more. Then we have Tinted Blood, guys, which is really good. It's going to inflict bleed on enemies that are, anytime that an enemy has bleed, it's going to give us like 16% more damage. Really awesome. Next is the Thunder Legacy. It is actually pretty good. You become charged with Anomaly Lightning, dealing 4.2 million damage every 8 seconds. Really good one, guys, and I'm actually working on a build that's going to primarily focus on Thunder, so this is definitely one that's going to be showcased a lot. Another one that's almost a requirement now is Unstoppable Force, guys, because remember how we talked earlier that your pack tree, you're going to be able to pick up these resistant piercings. Then this is going to pretty much give you 50% of that, which is awesome, and you're going to definitely want to make sure you put this in for those anomaly builds. Last one we have is Virulent Compound. This is going to deal 10% more damage to elites afflicted by Toxic and Blight or Blight Fire. And then the affected elite explodes when killed, which is going to deal 700k damage and spread the status to other enemies for 5 meter radius. Really good mod, and especially you technos out there, this is going to be very viable, but it's still pretty good if you guys have a weapon that inflicts toxic and are able to kill the enemy, this is actually a really good mod. And there you guys have it, guys. Those are the best armor mods currently right now. If you want to know what the weapons are, definitely now check out this video that's popping up right now on the screen. If you want to know what build you should put together, regardless of whatever character you are, check those out as well. And if you want to learn how to level up your apocalypse fast and easy, check out this video. You guys won't be disappointed. I hope you guys are enjoying our content. If you are, do me a huge favor, guys, drop a comment, drop a like, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on all your notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.